Welcome to From the Ground Up with Jen DeVito, founder of Evolution General Contracting. From home renovations to business, family, and life, every success starts with a strong foundation. Join us as we explore what it really takes to build something that lasts. And now, your host, Jen DeVito.
Hi, I'm Jen DeVito, and welcome to From the Ground Up. This podcast is about creating a strong foundation for building a life, a family, and a business. What better way to kick off my first episode than with my parents, who helped me build my solid foundation. They own a business themselves, and they have had a front row seat to my journey. Welcome, David and Joann Johansen. They own Johansen Excavating. They have been in business for 40 years. They have grown it to about 30 employees. They do excavation, dry wells, demolition. They started a mulch business. They do dumpsters, and they have taught me what hard work, dedication, and the value of a good reputation means. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
What made you take the risk of starting your own business?
So my parents always had their own business as well when I was growing up. So I grew up in a similar situation as you did. And then I met Dad, and he was always working with his Uncle Anchor since he was a very young boy. So when we met, we were dating. We decided to start making money together by selling firewood, snow plowing, and he did street lighting, and we were always together doing these odds and end jobs. That was it. We met in 1981. We started dating. I graduated SUNY Binghamton in 85, and then we decided to go into our own business.
So it just came natural.
Just came natural. It was the next thing that made sense. So he'll tell you he loved machinery.
Yeah. More important than all that. That's the money end of it. You know, I got into the excavation business because I just wanted to operate machines and trucks and stuff. I never worked for anybody doing that. My uncle was an electrician who taught me all the basics, just hard work. And, the more you work, the more you get paid, the more money you make. But I took it to the next level once I bought a machine and went to work, and I loved it. I learned how to run it. I bought a dump truck, learned how to run it. Everything I own, I was self-taught.
I was just going to say that.
And with that, I was able to keep, to me, it's playing every day. And Mom would run the business. So I didn't have to come home and worry about that. We had to help with estimates and stuff, but I didn't have to worry about the money.
Mm-hmm. Or the paperwork end.
Forget about that.
Yeah. So you do complement each other in that way.
So then we just kept growing from that one machine, and we just built up a great reputation, which you're doing the same, just from working hard and doing honest work.
And so, like me, it wasn't necessarily planned. You just got into it, and being self-taught, I think, is really the best way. I didn't go to college for what I do either. You guys didn't go to college for this.
I went to school for nursing.
There you go.
Not accounting, not business.
And that's where I say, if you have an interest in something, just try it. Go for it and try it.
And you don't always win.
Nope.
You learn as you go. Like our, I think what's helping us now that we're so big, the overhead is big and the fuel and everything is crazy. But I think our biggest thing, what helps us over the competition, is that we don't pay to dump concrete. We have our own concrete crusher. So recycling is a huge thing. Mm-hmm. We knock a house down. We recycle every single thing we can. The bare minimum goes to the dump that we pay. We end up reselling the stuff that comes out of your house, from Belgian block to the metal. I separate every piece of metal there is to save on the cost of dumping, but also to make, money at the other end.
And that's, again, very similar to what I do. They say that a lot of successful businesses are the ones who grow into other businesses that relate to their direct business, but help them profit more. So I do similar things in my business as well. Mm-hmm. But when you said how it doesn't always work when you try something, what was there ever a moment that you thought your business wasn't going to work?
We actually talked about that on the way here. We were trying to think about questions you would ask us. We both said we've never felt pressured or whatever that we weren't going to make it in business. Things were tight. Mm-hmm. More of our life, things was tight than mm-hmm. not. But something breaks down, it's $10,000. You got $9,000 in the bank. Mm-hmm. You pay it, you do it, and then the next day, 2 more things break down. Now what do you do? Yesterday you took care of, you mm-hmm. put out the fire, but today what do you do? And it's just, we've always felt the faster you pay something off or the faster you do that is the faster or the faster you can make your money back. You know what I mean? If it costs $10,000, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't get it done for 9. So if you just come up with the money and then you just hope you make the money back right away.
I mean, I don't think we ever thought we would fail, but we definitely made so many sacrifices. We got married at 21. I had you at 22. And then I had your 3 brothers and sisters all in succession. It was a super hard time of life. Well, our high school friends were going out every weekend. We were home with kids, changing diapers. It was wild.
I never changed diapers.
And then just also keeping our finances in check. Like, I am very conservative, just like you. And we would buy a piece of equipment and I would not even consider buying another one until that one was paid off. And I feel like a lot of businesses went under during COVID, especially when nobody could work, nobody had income because their overhead, they built this overhead and their debt so high. And I never would let that happen. So during COVID, we were hurting, we were out of business. But we also survived, and a lot of people didn't. And I think it's because of both what he said and because of what
I agree. I think I've definitely learned that from you guys, especially you paying off everything. That's always been a goal of mine. No credit card debt. No. And again, that's how this podcast, things we talk about here, relate to your personal life. You don't just have to be a business owner to take these things and learn from them. In life in general, even if you're not a business owner, you shouldn't have credit card debt.
You shouldn't.
The sacrifices, people call them sacrifices. I don't think they're a bad thing. To not go out and spend more than you have. Learning from you guys and seeing all the equipment that you've bought that's been paid off and investing in your business and always paying it off, that has definitely set me up and my mindset where even my next move is buying a commercial building. But I'm buying that commercial building with rental apartments above. So this way, the rental apartments will technically pay for that commercial space. So I don't have to worry about basically running a business to fund that commercial showroom. Those rental properties will. So I think that's a much more sustainable model than these one-off businesses that you see.
Things go bad.
Yes. Then you have that, and I think, so I definitely have learned those things from you guys and have applied them. Even though it's not the same business, you can apply these things in different ways.
Absolutely.
I still worry though.
I know. So if you could go back to the first year in business, what advice would you give yourselves?
I sometimes think, like, I watch you and I think I wish I did take more risks. But then I'm also I also like my path where we're debt free most of our business career. So it goes both ways. I would like to take more risks. I so wish we bought a piece of property 4 years ago, because now we're paying 400,000 times as much for a piece of property, which we're looking for now. So I guess that's also tied in with taking more risks. We probably should have. I was always really, really nervous about even when we bought the yard we have now. Go ahead.
When we bought the yard now, we went from one rental, you rent and you park your equipment. I think the first one was too small for us when we got more equipment. Then we went to the next yard, and that we grew out of that one. We went to the third yard, and it's same thing. It didn't work out, or the neighbors complained or something. So I found a piece of property in Glenwood Landing, told Mom about it. Mom went down there,
Bought it.
made a deal. Didn't discuss anything with me. Made a deal. I come home at night. She goes, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" She says, "I bought that." And then she started to cry. I'm like, I don't understand. What are we crying about? And she said, "Because we have no money to buy the property." That's the stuff that you would do without even thinking. And me and your mother, but like we said, she's 100%. We should have done that more.
Yeah.
There's a lot of luck involved in that. What happens if we bought it and the economy tanked the next day?
Listen, it is very true. No risk, no reward.
Yeah.
So it is they're calculated risks, I call them. I could lose too on any of them, but I try to say that they're calculated risks. Yeah. I mean, I just read an article this morning that someone's predicting another housing crisis. With what I have out there right now, a housing crisis would definitely affect me. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen, but I'm still moving forward. Yes, the risks are everywhere, but if you don't take them, and like I said, I don't I definitely take more risks, but I think they're very calculated. I don't just frivolously take them. So I think it is important. And I think that I'm an example of a very good balance of like both of you and, you know, my own ideas and mindset.
Yep.
But I try to have that safety net, but I definitely leverage myself more.
Yeah, you're definitely on the unsafety part of the spectrum, not the safety part. Your mother's the safety part.
So,
But I see
Both
from
ways
you
of
and
working.
other people, the people who succeed are more like you than like us. You know, I think a lot of us is, well, we'll talk about your mother. For your mother, you know, like your mother's in the office from 5:30 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. I'm in the yard 7 days a week for 42 years. You know, if I come home and the light's not lit in the office, I worry that there's something wrong with your mother because she's always in the office. Seriously, if the light's not in the office, she's either sick or something. She's not in the office. So we overcame a lot of things, right? Because of hard work. Just, you know, like right now with the fuel prices, I feel I'm working twice as hard. I took it upon myself to work twice as hard in the yard because right now we're making it, but that fuel prices are going to catch up to us because what we could be maybe getting ahead in payments, we're paying to the fuel company. So
and you can't
I'm
raise
afraid
your
of
prices
that. No,
enough to cover that,
yeah.
period.
Yeah.
You can't.
So I'm afraid of that.
You also forget we had 4 kids.
Right.
4 kids while we were growing our business. And I'm talking like very, very close in age. I mean, we would snowplow. We had snowplows on all our trucks. We snowplowed parking lots together at night. I had the 4 kids in my car with me.
I remember that. I was sitting
And
right in the front seat.
I stopped. He's snowplowing. I'm snowplowing. I stopped for a few minutes and my phone goes off. We had the Nextel 2-way radios. He said, "Why are you stopped? Keep working." And I was like, "I'm changing a diaper." So shut up and leave me alone. And we bought your snowsuits. We made snow piles. You guys climbed up on the snow. And we
3 o'clock in the
plow
morning, they're
around.
climbing up the snow pile in the parking lot.
We did a lot.
But that also goes back to what you guys said. So you've been in business for 40 years and things were tighter for more years than not,
Yeah.
which I think I try to talk to people about that. What's the secret to success? Hard work and putting the time in is number one. I mean, people think they're going to get successful overnight, and it rarely happens. It's really, it's putting the time in, learning, getting over challenges, learning from them again, and then just keep going. That's really what it's about. And then things will pay off. But there is not instant gratification in any of this.
There's not.
Okay, so what did success mean to you when you started? And how has that definition changed?
I guess when we started 40 years ago, success was more about like working, owning a house, and just providing the best life for your family. Like that was success. That was success. So now seeing how far our company came, I kind of feel success is more about being able to enjoy the hard work that you put in for 40 years or however many years. So I think success is more about being able to enjoy yourself more now, except we are still working too much. No, we don't know what.
Yeah, we don't know how
we
to.
don't see
We don't
where
know how
that's
not to.
coming in our picture anytime soon. But we're able now to enjoy our dream home. We built a home with you, which is like my. I'm probably.
She overcharged us.
So we're able to enjoy our dream home more, and we're going to start like going on vacations more. We don't go on vacations a lot, you know, just because we're committed to our business.
Yeah.
So, I feel that's what success is today. And I also, I mean, he does a little, but probably not as much as me. I feel like success for me is being able to help my kids, their families, and my grandkids. Like I am proud I can do that.
Yes.
Success for me, seeing all my trucks all over the place.
Yeah.
That too. I am too. We have about 17 to 20 trucks, and they all say Johansen Excavating with flames.
We can all get a little emotional right now.
I know.
My phone screensaver. You know, you have one that's the lock screen and one that's my lock screen is my kids. And when I turn on my phone, it's all 7 of my vans that say evolution.
Yeah.
So I completely get it.
100%. It's your blood, sweat, and tears right
Yep. Yes, we are sharing with the world.
Yes.
Okay. I feel the same exact way.
Yeah.
And I just hope, sidebar, I just hope for everybody watching that you get to feel this emotion out of life in general. I really hope that you don't settle for, the average job or settle for what doesn't make you happy. It doesn't bring this emotion out of you, because that to me is what real life and living is about. You want to feel this. And if you don't, I think you're missing out. And I strongly encourage you to take that chance and to go after something that makes you excited and makes you happy.
Yeah.
With saying that, it's not for everybody.
No, it can be in anything. It doesn't have to be owning a business. It's not for everybody. But it could be anything. It could be a hobby. It could be something about a family. It could be about a house. It could be about anything that brings you joy. It doesn't have to be about owning a business.
Can't be afraid to fail.
No.
Because that's how you learn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
Yes.
People ask me, what's the key to my success? And I say, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not. And that keeps me going.
yeah.
Did you think I was going to become the owner of a construction company or go to school for something else?
I didn't know you would be an owner of a construction business, but you were always interested in this field, way back to Pulte Homes and way back to us when we were working. You always helped Dad. I mean, he's got story upon stories of how you would help him do everything, and I'm sure he'll share some of them. But I always knew you were going to do something. I mean, you were the first of 4. You were always a leader. You were always the biggest helper. You were always had a very strong personality.
Too strong sometimes.
Always knew how to work hard. This isn't something new.
Yeah.
Like you worked hard in school. You were a straight A student. Did I know you were going to own a construction business?
No.
I thought about it, but I didn't really,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I knew you were going to be in this business. Quick story, though, when, once or twice in my life when I had to babysit the kids, I took them to work with me. I wasn't going to stay in the house. I don't know what to do in the house. So I brought her, I think, all the way to Queens one time. We were doing a foundation, and I had to set the transit up. We didn't have lasers then. We had the transit up, and my fingers are too big. They don't even fit on the dial. So Jen grabbed that thing, and there's a little ball and an arrow, and it was like playing a game for her. She just did it like 2 swings. And, I'm just standing there like, it'd take me 20 minutes to do that because my hands don't fit. And then I got in the machine and dug, and she got down in the hole, and the builder comes, like, wow, that's really nice. Your daughter's with you. Down 3 inches, she yells. The guy looks, and I'm like, yeah, she's shooting grades down there. She was a natural. I would rake, and I wouldn't tell her to get a rake. She'd go over and get a rake. And I turn around and bump into somebody, be my daughter raking, shoveling, raking. She could easily figure out what to do without being told. So we knew there was a lot there. She ran an excavator when she was 8 years old. So, that tells you right there. She picked up. She was very, very smooth on it. Very good. So, but knowing that she was getting into this, I didn't know. Very proud.
especially the all women's part. Like I never... I don't know. I never expected that out of you, like the supporting the whole all women in construction. And believe me, I know it's not easy, because if we ever had a customer call and they wouldn't talk to me, we never worked for them. Yeah. We never worked for them, no matter what kind of job they had. If they wouldn't talk to me because I was a woman, or even if they called you, right? He'd be like,
he would say,
I'd say, call my wife.
Yeah.
They'd call me, tell me a whole story, and it wouldn't mean nothing. They had to call her, set a schedule up, and she would tell me to go there. So it's not that we didn't want to work for these people. There's nothing to do with that. It was the way she schedules it, and like where do you want them to be, and what do you want to do?
Yes.
Her to talk to you, and that was not how your business worked at all. And it was great to see that. It wasn't like you covered up for that just to keep the customer. Yeah. It was nice that it's like, no, this is the way she runs it. Call her. Yeah. And that was great to see.
And as long as at her end, she made sure. Yeah. You know, you tell everybody, tell her she gets back to you right away. Yes. She gets 350 plus phone calls a day and calls everybody back when she was taking care of kids, changing diapers or whatever it was at the time.
So I've learned a lot from you guys, and I would love to learn, or I would love to know if I've influenced you in any way from a business perspective.
Our number one thing is property.
Yeah.
We grew with equipment and trucks and men, but we didn't grow with land. A lot of people, like the piece of property we bought, they think it's nuts that we park equipment on there, that we should be putting townhouses up like you would do. But where do you park your equipment?
Right. No, you
know,
need-
and then when I want to, if it was a rental and I want to do something on it, I don't want to hear from somebody, you can't do this, you can do that. I want to make them decisions.
Yes.
So we have the yard, you know, and we need, at this point, we need 2 more yards. Hopefully we're closing on one very shortly. And then we need another large piece of property out east for the mulch business. That's our big goals right now, which is big because of the cost of land.
Yep.
But if we took a chance years ago, maybe we'd be in a better position now.
That's easy to talk about hindsight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Who knew the prices were going to quadruple?
And who knew your business would be where it is now? So I am a very strong believer in you get to the point in life or business when the time is right for you. And you can't expedite that because you don't know until you grow and feel it and make the move. It's when the time is right for you. I think everything is about growth. As you grow, and if you want more and you want to take on more, then you get there. But I think the hindsight is 2020, and I believe in looking forward.
Your attitude, you want to grow. You want to take on the world. We didn't come out swinging like that. We're very large, but we just grew a little at a time, It's not that Dave Johansen said he wanted to have the most trucks in Glen Head or whatever. It never that. Never something that I got more machines than he's got. It was necessary to have all this equipment and all these trucks and all these guys to keep up with our customers, to keep the customers. You know, if you can't provide a service, you're out.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't give a lot of chances. You do something wrong once, you're gone. There's no loyalty no more. Years ago, you'd have a guy, you'd have him for your whole life.
Yeah.
The old time builders that we had would use you forever.
Yep.
You know, if you make a mistake or he made a mistake, it didn't matter.
Yep.
You know, we straighten it out and you go
Yes.
on. Today's guys, you know, they'll if the guy's $50 less, he'll go down the street to somebody else.
I know.
It's kind of sad that way, seeing that part in business, because it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
But to stick up for him, I guess, you know, every
Things have
dollar
just
counts.
exactly.
Every dollar counts.
Things have
So
gone-
I always preached to if I lost somebody, I would say, listen, I can't come down to that price. Maybe I made a mistake.
Right.
Maybe he made a mistake.
Yep.
The one thing I want to leave open is if you're not happy with that guy after this job, there is no hard feelings.
Yeah, I like
Call me back. He says, because when you get that customer back, now he's that
Yes.
guy for life.
I think that the construction industry, the home building industry, the general contracting industry, I think is in dire need for transparency in pricing and for the things that I brought under house. I think that's so disconnected between you have to go to an architect for one thing, you have to go to a designer, you have the contractor, you have the towns. It's just so complicated and difficult that I am looking to change that whole industry. And that's just my life's mission. And that's why I do it. And it's never been done before. There is no name brand residential general contractor. And I think that's because it's very difficult to scale a company that is doing custom. Everything is custom. We're not putting out the same product. We're not making 1,000 shirts. We're doing custom jobs for every customer. But I love a challenge, and I think that it is very possible, and I think we're proving that.
You asked if you do anything that influences us, back to your original question, and I'd say that those things influences me because you're just like a go-getter, and I'm like, what would Jen do? What would Jen do? She would buy it. So we're thinking buying a piece of property. And we're 62, so we're going to mortgage it for 30 years and see how that goes. But so I do admire like your strength and your courage and your fearlessness. It's just unbelievable. So that's all.
Well, before we get emotional again, I think that is a wrap for our first episode. And I am very proud of this podcast. I'm so excited for it. And I am so thankful for you guys to come on and be my first guest.
Thank you
you.
very much. We're very proud of you, honey.
Thank you.